Like all this Diddy that's coming out. Like
I was just going to say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I got to stop. I can't look at this.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight.
What's going to happen, though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get
Think he's going to sing, though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein.
It's
another Ghislaine Maxwell, where somebody gets indicted and nobody else indicted for trafficking kids to
to no one. Well, it's just amazing how many people in the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala. Too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
He was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that these are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
you got problems
with dudes with fucking guns and body armor.
Like if she's gonna be warning people, why did she never warn anyone about Diddy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole thing is so strange to watch play out. It seems like the Diddy thing was like an Epstein-type compromise deal where whether he was doing it himself. Conceivably, people want to think that he's attached to some intelligence agency or something like that. I think he's a gangster who made $1 billion and knew how to control people by compromising them. That's what I think.
Joe Rogan didn't hold back. In fact, when the footage dropped, the first thing he did was pause his show, take a deep breath, and say, I just watched 20 minutes of pure chaos, and there's no way anyone can defend this. That was the moment everything changed. What was once speculation about Diddy's private parties suddenly became undeniable. The footage wasn't blurry or vague. It was crisp, high quality, captured from hidden phones and surveillance backups. What viewers witnessed wasn't just a party, it was a fully staged operation. Velvet ropes lined the hallways, guests wore color-coded wristbands, staff whispered coded phrases like lights down level 3. Everything was timed, choreographed, and controlled. Joe Rogan described it best. This isn't a celebration, this is a drill. He was stunned by the structure, how guests were shuffled between rooms like pieces on a chessboard. There was even a clipboard listing initials next to exact time slots with no explanation. Rogan made the obvious point, normal parties don't run on military precision. And it didn't stop there. In one disturbing clip, a DJ could be seen passed out and Diddy laughed while narrating what happened. It wasn't funny, it was unsettling. Another video showed a control room, yes, an actual control room, where someone was adjusting light levels and muting audio feeds. That's not party planning, that's event manipulation. Rogan noted how the footage aligned with stories people had been too afraid to share in the past. People who had attended Diddy's events but never dared speak publicly. Now that the visuals were out there, the truth was becoming harder to ignore. Joe's podcast chat exploded with disbelief as he played the clips live. Fans saw it, the industry saw it, and so did the sponsors. Just hours after the leak, a major beverage brand suspended their campaign with Diddy. A sports network pulled archival footage. A luxury headphone line swapped out banners on their homepage. The fallout was fast and massive, and that was only the beginning. Joe Rogan brought on a respected music journalist to break it all down. She explained how Diddy had built an empire where everyone wanted his approval. Brands, artists, media outlets, they all catered to him. But that kind of unchecked power breeds secrecy. And when power isn't questioned, it turns dangerous. A legal analyst joined next. He explained that while some of the criminal charges against Diddy had been dropped due to procedural issues, the newly leaked footage could spark fresh investigations. He pointed out that different states have different rules and civil lawsuits were still very much possible, especially now that there was real evidence, visual evidence, hard to dispute. Joe agreed. He said, "This isn't about one wild night. This was a system." The footage showed a pattern, timed movements, controlled environments, repeated use of coded language. It wasn't chaos. It was control disguised as chaos. Then came the most shocking moment of the stream. A former event planner called into the podcast. She had worked for Diddy once, just once. And after experiencing level 3 protocols, she never went back. She described how staff were told to escort VIP guests through specific paths, check in with radio codes every 15 minutes, and ask no questions. "I didn't feel like I was hosting a party," she said. "I felt like I was enabling something hidden." Joe thanked her for the courage to speak out. And then he pivoted the conversation. If this is happening in plain sight, what else is happening that we haven't seen yet? The idea of transparency became the heart of Joe's rant. He called for reforms, independent monitors at private celebrity events, digital audits to verify that safety protocols are in place, and the end of no-phone policies that let questionable activity go unrecorded. If you need secrecy to have fun, he said, maybe you should rethink what fun means. The difference between Diddy's choreographed parties and a genuine gathering couldn't be clearer. Joe described real community moments, backyard barbecues, comedy clubs, open mic nights, places where people laugh, connect, and create memories without needing layers of secrecy. He reminded viewers that once reputation is shattered, it's hard to put the pieces back together. Reputation is like glass, he said. One hard hit, and you spend the rest of your life sweeping up shards. By the time the show neared its end, it was clear that this wasn't just about one celebrity. This was about a culture of silence, control, and influence. Joe listed the fallout so far. Footage proves it was orchestrated, not spontaneous. Witnesses' past testimonies are now backed up by video. Sponsors are distancing themselves at record speed. Fans are demanding transparency in how stars operate off camera. Legal pathways are reopening due to mounting pressure. He warned the audience not to let the momentum fade, not to let flashy distractions, new albums, or social media damage control bury what had just been exposed. Sunlight disinfects, he said, and this situation needs a whole lot of it. In one final mic drop moment, Joe challenged others in the industry, podcasters, reporters, artists. If you've seen something, say something. If there's more footage out there, bring it forward. Let the truth come out. Let the chips fall where they may. As the stream ended, the chat was still buzzing. Viewers dropped fire emojis, called for investigations, and thanked Joe for speaking what so many were thinking. The footage didn't just expose a private party, it exposed a culture that enabled it, ignored it, and pretended it was something it wasn't. But now the curtain's been pulled back and the world's watching.